Ravi was an ordinary boy from a middle-class family, but his dreams were far from ordinary. Since childhood, he had always wanted to achieve something extraordinary, something that people would remember him for. However, life wasn't as simple as dreams. His parents, like many others, wanted him to secure a stable government job, ensuring financial security for the future. But Ravi's heart longed for something different, something that others deemed impossible. He wasn't a born athlete, nor did he have any formal training in sports. But when he heard about an upcoming marathon, a race that required endurance, stamina, and months of preparation, his heart ignited with passion. The idea of running a grueling 42-kilometer race seemed insane, but at the same time, it excited him. For Ravi, this marathon wasn't just a race. It was a test of his perseverance, his ability to push his limits, and prove to himself and the world that he was capable of achieving the impossible. Determined to participate, Ravi began training immediately. At first, his enthusiasm was met with skepticism. His family laughed at the idea. "You've never run more than a few kilometers in your life. This is madness," his father remarked. His friends doubted him. "You'll quit in a few days," they teased. But Ravi didn't let their words deter him. He woke up before dawn every morning, laced up his old running shoes, and hit the road. The first few days were brutal. His legs burned, his breath came in ragged gasps, and his body screamed in protest. He could barely run for 10 minutes before stopping, panting heavily. It was demoralizing, but he reminded himself, great things never come easy. Each morning, he ran a little farther. He pushed through the pain, the soreness, and the self-doubt. He studied techniques from online videos, learning how to control his breathing, how to pace himself, and how to strengthen his body. He modified his diet, cut out junk food, and focused on eating nutritious meals to fuel his training. But the real challenge wasn't just physical, it was mental. Every morning, the temptation to stay in bed a little longer was strong. Every time he stepped outside to run, the voices in his head whispered, "Why are you doing this? You don't have what it takes." Yet, Ravi fought back. He knew that if he wanted to achieve something great, he had to silence those doubts and keep moving forward. One evening, while training at a local park, an elderly man watched him from a distance. Ravi noticed him but ignored it, focusing on his running. After finishing his laps, he sat down to catch his breath. The old man walked up to him. "You run like someone with a fire in his heart," he said with a smile. "But fire alone won't take you to the finish line." Curious, Ravi listened as the man introduced himself. Mr. Sharma was a retired athlete who had once been a marathon champion. Impressed by Ravi's dedication, he offered to coach him. For the first time, Ravi felt that someone believed in him. Under Mr. Sharma's guidance, Ravi's training became more structured. He learned about endurance, muscle recovery, and the importance of rest. His coach pushed him harder than he had ever pushed himself before. "Your body will want to give up, but you must train your mind to keep going," Mr. Sharma would say. As the marathon date approached, Ravi increased his training intensity. He was running longer distances, feeling stronger than ever. But then, disaster struck. One morning, during a 20-kilometer practice run, he felt a sharp pain in his knee. He tried to push through it, but within minutes, the pain became unbearable. He collapsed onto the ground, clutching his leg in agony. The doctor's words shattered him. "It's a muscle strain. You need to rest for at least 3 weeks." 3 weeks? Ravi was devastated. The marathon was just a month away. If he stopped training now, all his progress would be lost. For the first time, he truly felt hopeless. Seeing his despair, Mr. Sharma placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Your body has limits, but your spirit does not. You may not be able to run, but you can still prepare. Visualize the race in your mind, strengthen your upper body, and focus on healing. This isn't the end." Taking his mentor's advice, Ravi focused on recovery. He practiced meditation to build mental endurance. did light exercises to keep his body active, and most importantly, he refused to let negativity consume him. He reminded himself why he started this journey, to prove that the impossible could be conquered. Finally, the marathon day arrived. Ravi stood at the starting line, his heart pounding. The crowd was massive, with thousands of runners stretching and preparing for the grueling challenge ahead. He took a deep breath, recalling every painful morning, every drop of sweat, and every moment of doubt he had overcome. The starting gun fired, and the race began. At first, everything felt smooth. The excitement, the energy from the crowd, and the adrenaline coursing through his veins made the first 10 kilometers seem effortless. But as he reached the 25-kilometer mark, exhaustion started creeping in. His legs felt heavy, his breathing labored. Runners around him were dropping out, sitting by the roadside, unable to continue. The temptation to stop was overwhelming. Then, at the 35-kilometer mark, Ravi hit the infamous wall, the moment when the body screams for rest, when every muscle begs to stop. His mind wavered. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe he had aimed too high. Then he heard a familiar voice in his head, Mr. Sharma's words. "Your body has limits, but your mind does not." Summoning every ounce of strength left in him, he clenched his fists and pushed forward. Each step was agony, but he focused on the goal. The finish line was in sight. As he neared the final kilometer, the crowd's cheers grew louder. His legs felt like lead, but his heart burned with determination. With a final burst of energy, he sprinted forward, crossing the finish line as tears filled his eyes. He had done it. The realization hit him. This was not just about running a marathon. This was about proving that human potential is limitless. The impossible was just an illusion, a barrier meant to be broken. As Ravi stood there, exhausted but victorious, he knew this was just the beginning. There were more races to run, more limits to push, and more impossible goals to redefine. His journey had inspired many, proving that with determination, resilience, and the courage to push beyond limits, anyone could achieve greatness. Because in the end, impossible is just a word, until you prove it wrong.